Today I'll be taking up the chapter The Three Questions by Leo Tolstoy. First, let us talk about the author. The author is Leo Tolstoy. On September 9, 1828, Leo Tolstoy was born in Tula province of Russia. In 1860s, he wrote his first great novel, War and Peace. In 1873, Leo Tolstoy set to work on the second of his best known novels, Anna Karenina. He continued to write fiction throughout the 1800s and 1890s. One of his most successful later works was The Death of Ivan Ilyich. Tolstoy died on November 20, 1910 in Russia. About the lesson, a king once thought he would never fail if he knew three things. One, what was the right time to begin something. Second one, which people he should take advice from. Third question, how to decide what the most important thing to do was. For this, he sent messengers throughout his kingdom. He promised to give a reward of a large sum to the person who answered his three questions. Many wise men tried their luck. They gave a number of answers. One said that the king should go by a timetable. Another said the king should do whatever seemed necessary at the moment. The third suggested the king should consult wise men or magician. Answering the second question, they gave top importance to his counselors or to the priests or to doctors or to soldiers. In reply to the third question, the wise men gave importance to science, fighting, or religious worship. The king was not satisfied. He went to a hermit in the jungle alone. There he saw a man, a weak and old hermit, digging the ground. The king asked his questions and got no answer. Then he took the spade from the hermit and began to work in his place. Several hours passed. It was evening, so the king stopped digging the beds. The king was ready to take leave from the hermit. Just then, the hermit told that someone was running towards them. The king saw a bearded man running towards them. His hands were pressed against his stomach and blood was oozing. So the king tried to help him because he fainted and fell to the ground. The king washed the wound and compressed it with his handkerchief. At last the bleeding stopped. The man felt better and asked for water to drink. The king gave him fresh water. The sun had set by then. The king and the hermit carried the wounded man into the hut and laid him on the bed. The tired king also fell asleep. When he woke, the bearded man asked to forgive him. The man was in fact the king's enemy. He followed the king to take revenge. He had vowed to kill him. The king had once put his brother to death. The man had himself in hid himself in a bush so that the king comes back. He came out of his hiding when the king did not return. He got wounded by the king's bodyguards. He would have died if the king had not dressed his wound. He felt grateful to the king who had saved his life. He promised to serve the king as a faithful servant. The king was happy that he had made peace with his enemy. He forgave the man and promised to give back his property. Then the king went to the hermit. He asked answers for his three questions. The hermit explained that by digging the beds for him, the king had escaped attack. So the most important time was when he was digging the beds. The hermit himself was the most important person. So to do him good was king's most important business. The hermit further told the king the most important person for him was the person with him at that particular moment. The most important business was to help that person, and the most important time was now, that is, the present moment. Let's first see the story. The thought came to a certain king. What was the thought? What is the right time to begin something? Which people should he listen to? What is the most important thing for him to do? The king thought that if he knew the answer for all these three questions, he will be the most successful king. So, what did he do? He sent messengers throughout his kingdom and announced anyone who will give answers to these three questions will get a large sum of money. When the king announced a reward, many wise men came to the king, replying to the first question. What is the first question? What is the right time to begin something? So, some of them said, king must prepare a timetable and follow it strictly. It is not possible to decide in advance. So, some people advised him that the king needs a council of wise men who will help to act in proper time. Do things which can be urgent. So, when many people come, they will give many opinions and ideas. Somebody said, you appoint magician, and magician can tell you the future. For the second question, what was the second question? Who should a king listen to? So some of them said, appoint counselors and listen to them. Somebody suggested, appoint doctors and listen to them. Somebody else suggested, soldiers are the best. You should listen to the soldiers. For the third question, what was the third question? What is the most important thing for a king to do? Someone said attack. Worship. Fight. The king was not at all satisfied. Then he decided that he will go to a hermit, and the hermit was well known for his intelligence and wisdom. So he decided, yes, I will go to the hermit. And the hermit was a simple man. He did not meet royal people, rich people. So the king knew that. So he put on ordinary clothes and went to meet the hermit all alone. The king reached near the hermit's cottage, and when he reached, what did the king see? The king saw the hermit digging the ground in front of his hut. So he was making beds in the garden. The king told the hermit, I have come to you, wise hermit, to ask you answer for my three questions. But when the king looked at the hermit, he felt sorry for him. The hermit was very tired after working in the garden. So the king said, you are tired. Let me take the spade and work in your place. Hermit listened to the king but did not speak. Hermit was very happy when the king offered help. So he said, thanks, take the spade. After completing two beds, he stops and then repeated his questions. I have come to you, wise hermit, to ask you to answer my three questions. The hermit did not answer, and the sun was setting down, so it was late in the evening. Suddenly, they see someone was running towards them. The man came closer. He was having a beard. He fainted and fell down before the king and the hermit. The king and the hermit removed his clothing and found that there was a large wound in his stomach. So the man needed some first aid. The king washed and covered the wound with his handkerchief, but the blood would not stop flowing. Again, the king redressed the wound because the blood was flowing. The king gave the man some water to drink. The bearded man closed his eyes and laid quiet. So the king also, after doing a lot of work in the garden, digging and all, was very tired. So he lay down on the floor. The king, who used to sleep in his royal palace on a good bed, was now lying on the floor, but he slept throughout the night because he had done a lot of hard work. Suddenly, the wounded man got up and said, "Forgive me, king." And our king was shocked because he does not know who this wounded man is. The king was shocked and he said, "I don't know you and have nothing to forgive you for. Why are you saying sorry? I don't know you only." So the wounded man said, "You don't know me, but I know you. I am that enemy of yours who swore revenge on you. I had come to take revenge because you put my brother to death and took away or seized my property. I had made up my mind to kill you on your way home." So the king stayed in the hermit's hut. That is why he was saved. Otherwise, if he had gone back, this man was waiting to kill him. "So I left my hiding place. I came upon your bodyguard who recognized me and wounded me." So the king's bodyguard recognized that he is enemy and he wounded this man. "I escaped from them, but I should have died if you had not dressed my wounds. I wished to kill you and you saved my life. Now, if I live, I will serve you as your most faithful servant. So I had bad intentions, but you are very good because the king has saved his life." The king was so happy that without going anywhere, he has made peace with his enemy so easily, and to have won him as a friend. So he said he not only forgive him but also promised to give back the man his property. "I forgive you and I promise you to give back your property." So the man was very happy because the king has forgiven him. He went out of the hut, looked around for the hermit. Now, our king had come to the hermit to find the answers for his questions. So he says, "For the last time, I beg you to answer my questions, wise man. Since yesterday I am asking you the answers, you have not told me. So now it is for the last time I will like to ask you. The hermit said, "You have already been answered. You know the answers." The king was shocked. Nobody told him answers. And the hermit is saying, "You know the answers." So the king asked, Have I been answered? Who has given answers? You did not give any answers. Nobody else has given. Who told me the answers? So now the hermit is saying, "If you had not pitied my weakness yesterday and had not dug these beds for me, you would have gone away. Then the man would have attacked you. So the most important time was when you were digging the beds. And I was the most important man, and to do good for me was the most important business. Later, when the man ran to us, the most important time was when you were caring for him, because if you had not dressed his wounds, he would have died without having made peace with you. So he was the most important man, and what you did for him was the most important business." So, really, the hermit was very wise and intelligent. He answered the king's question very beautifully. He said that the most important time is the present time, and the most important person is the person you are with at that time. And whatever possible good things you can do for that person is your business. So, definitely, the king got the answers for all his questions. The most necessary person is the person you are with at a particular moment. The most important business is to do that person good, because we are sent into this world for that purpose only. So it's a very beautiful story which has a very good message. Whenever you are with somebody, at that time that person is the most important person for you. And when you do good for that person, that is the most important business. And the most beautiful answer he gives is, remember, there is only one time that is important, and that is present or now. It is the most important time because it is the only time we have any power to act. In the present, we can do something. We cannot do anything about the past. Past is gone, and future, it is still to come. So we have power to act in the present. So that is the most important time, that is now or the present time. We can do something, take some action. We have power to act. So the king was very impressed and he thanked the hermit. The king became very happy to get satisfactory answers from the hermit and went to his palace.